everyone. My name's Chimwemwe Hara. I'm a Zambian student studying in Morocco, Kenitra. I'm studying economics. And most of you might be wondering, what is economics? So economics is basically the branch of knowledge concerned with the distribution, production, and consumption of wealth. So if you want to do economics here in Morocco, I would basically just advise you to do it from Kenitra, because most of the people that have studied economics from other towns have actually moved to here to Kenitra, because the system here in Kenitra is very favorable for an Anglophone basically, because it's very easy for you to pass. So I'm going to enlighten you on how the school system is, the exam system, the number of years, specialization, and job opportunities that you can get from economics. So the first one I want to look into is the general school system. So the general school system is basically a Canadian system, in that it's, for my school, I'm talking about my school, so in that it's multiple choice. Most of the questions are multiple choice, and then there are a few modules where you are required to write on your own, but the system is Canadian system. Yes, and then another thing is the exam system. The exam system here in Kenitra is very favorable for any student, whether you are francophone, lusophone, or whatever language that you may speak. It's very favorable in that you are given a chance to pass no matter what. You complete your studies eventually. Yeah, so it works like this. When you write your first exams, which is normally called session 1, when you write your first session exams, and you manage to validate all of them, you will not have retropage. But if you do not manage to validate some of them, you have retropage. And then let's say, for example, if you don't manage to validate the first semester and you validate the second semester for that academic year, you can actually make sure you get more points for the second semester, and that will compensate in the first semester. And then at the end, because the average, which is called the moyenne, the average is 10 out of 20. So if you get a 10 out of 20 for that academic year, with your marks combined, both marks combined for semester 1 and semester 2, you would be able to validate the year, as long as you get a 10 out of 20. So the semesters can compensate each other. You don't have to worry. If you fail, if you don't manage to validate your first semester, you can actually work harder in your second semester to make sure that you get above, maybe a 15 above average, so that you can compensate with the marks that you lost for the first semester, so that at the end of the year you still end up validating. And then the other thing is that if you don't manage to validate your first semester, some modules in your first semester, and you validate some, and then you still don't manage to pass to validate your second semester, as long as you do not fail all your modules for that particular year, you cannot repeat the year. You just carry the subjects forward to the next year. You carry them, you keep carrying them till you actually manage to complete your course. And the number of years of study for economics is 3 years. The first year and second year, you just do everything, basically everything. You have certain modules, analysis, you have algebra, mathematical, finance, you have all those modules. And then in your third year, that's when you get to specialize. So you get to pick between commerce, economics, finance, human resource, management, logistics, and marketing. So for the first 3, which is commerce, economics, and finance, these are accounting courses. They mostly involve courses like accounts and math. And then for the last 3, which are human resource, management, logistics, and marketing, these 3 involve production and distribution of wealth. Basically, most of the modules that are involved in these in the last 3 are not calculative subjects. And some of the jobs that for someone that can study economics are financial risk analyst, you have a data analyst, you have an accountant, financial planner, investment analyst, and these other jobs that you can get. You can basically get any job, yeah, as an economist, because it's quite broad. But lastly, I'll just advise you to, if you want to do economics, I would advise you to come to Kenitra, because at the end of the day, most of the people that study economics from other towns end up coming to my city, because Kenitra is, the system here in Kenitra is very favorable. Otherwise, I wish you all the best in your new journey with your academics. Do your best, work hard, and stay blessed.